Good wishes, everyone. I hope you're all good and fine. So, let me start today's class with a quote. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. See, this word leadership, it comes not just from decision making or any strategy. It comes from risk taking part or going against any rules or laws. For example, if a person has possessed that leadership quality, if he or she has a deep care or love for a particular group of people, then he or she will be ready to do anything for the sake of people's life. Am I right? So that is called leadership quality, and it can go and work through many ways, like many concepts, like if a person has compassion towards something, like he will try something to do for them, or like if he has love for survival, or he can be any politician, or a person has got inspired by any incident which has happened in his or her life. So particular incident will make the person to do something good for the betterment of people's life, right? So like which I have mentioned before, like I wanna share a reading about famous personality Princess Diana. I hope you all know about her. So like which I've mentioned before, one of the concept, leadership through compassion. Let me share the reading. In the 1980s, AIDS arrived on the world stage. It was a new frightening disease with no cure and was rampaging through communities and countries. People believed that you could catch AIDS from touching someone who had it, or even sitting on the same seat. So up to 50% of people polled in the US believed that those with AIDS should be quarantined. On 19th April 1987, Princess Diana, one of the most famous people in the world, opened the first unit in the UK dedicated to treating people with HIV and AIDS. So during her visit, she shook the hands of a patient without wearing gloves, without taking any preventive measures, and changed the people's entire perspective of the disease forever. So as you all know about her, like she has compassion towards her people, towards her leadership quality, right? And she was also a dedicated person, and she has the thirst to do something good for the for her own country people, right? So she sacrificed her own pride and honor in order to do something good for her own country people, right? So this shows like how the leadership works. So it is only in the hands of a person who holds it. So either he can lead the people in a right path, or who can lead the people in a wrong path. Okay, so it is only in the hands of a particular person who has possessed it. So that is going to be the theme of the story which we are going to deal with in today's class. So this story's name, Indigo, which was written by Louis Fisher. Indigo, which was written by Louis Fisher. So here a great legend, Mahatma Gandhiji, who also stood as an example to protect the people who were in sufferings, and he also showed the way, and he became a beacon for the life of his followers, and he also did many things for the poor people who were in need. So the entire story is all about, like the author explained how Gandhiji has protested against British landlords in order to save the life of sharecroppers. Sharecroppers is nothing but a farmer. Like you all know about how they used to face many hardships and struggles as a farmer, right? So he has gave up all his life in order to save the life of this poor peasants, right? So let me start the class. So here I have shared the picture of Champaran Satyagraha. So as I said before, so he gave up all his life in order to do something good, in order to have a good, better future, good betterment for the future of this peasants, right? So Champaran is a place in Bihar. Okay, so it is also a foothill of Himalayan mountain range near the kingdom of Nepal. So like I've segregated the story into two parts. So the first part, it nearly covers about 2 to 3 pages. So in the upcoming video, like I'll share you about the second part of the story, right? So now and then, like I've given the meaning for the difficult words so that you can note down it, right? So like I want you to be very attentive so that you could attend an English MCQ on Saturday, right? So the first paragraph. So here it talk about, like author, it he explained about his first interaction, which means a first meeting with Mahatma Gandhiji. He says that he first met Gandhiji in the year of 1942 at his ashram, which was in Sevagram, right? So this Sevagram, which was located in central India. Okay, so when did he meet Gandhiji? He met Gandhiji in 1942 at his ashram. Okay, so and Gandhiji also said that he would narrate all his experiences to Louis Fisher, like about his struggle, how he came across against the British landlords when he protested against them. This incident, which first took place in the year 1917. Okay. So in the next paragraph, the author explains that in the month of December in the year 1916, Mahatma Gandhiji went to attend the annual meeting of Indian National Congress at Lucknow. So where did he go? He went to attend the meeting of Indian National Congress at Lucknow. Okay, so Gandhiji said that there were nearly 2,301 representatives. So delegates, which means representatives, so it is mentioned in the second paragraph, I hope. So you just underline it and note down representatives. So there were nearly 2,301 representatives and visitors. Okay, so Gandhiji also said a note about a farmer whose name is Rajkumar Shukla, who came to meet Gandhiji in order to find out a solution for the sharecropper's life. Okay, so like Rajkumar Shukla, he came to meet Gandhiji, who was very poor farmer and he was very thin. Okay, so he requested Gandhiji to visit Champaran. Like Champaran, as I said before, it is a place in the foothills of Himalaya mountain range. So he requested Gandhiji to visit Champaran in order to find out a solution for the life of sharecroppers. Okay, then the next paragraph. Yes, this picture which I have shared you, he is Rajkumar Shukla. Right. So in the next paragraph, Shukla told Gandhiji that he was a sharecropper. So in the previous slides I have given the meaning of a sharecropper, right? So sharecropper is nothing but who is a farmer who used to give a part of their own crop as a rent to the owner of the land. Okay, so sharecropper is a farmer who gives a part of the crop, which means a part of their own harvest as a rent to the owner of the particular land. So owner who else is nothing but it is British landlords or Englishmen. Okay, so Rajkumar Shukla told Gandhiji about the old agreement. So in the first page, I hope page number 46, third paragraph, you have a phrase of ancient arrangement, which means old agreement. Okay, so here what does it mean, old agreement? So this agreement which was created by the British landlords, right? So this British landlords, what they have done in the sense, they segregated the land into different properties and they made sharecroppers as the occupants of the land, and they are forced to work under their control. Okay, so as a 15% of a rent, they have to share the 15% of their own harvest to the owner, which means the British landlords. Okay, so this is the old agreement which was created by the British landlords. So after hearing all this problem from Shukla, Gandhiji told him that he had to visit many other parts of India because of prayer appointments already he had. Okay, so he explained that he has to finish all those appointments, only then he could visit Champaran to solve the problem. So Shukla also went along with Gandhiji wherever he goes. So after Gandhiji has done with this work, he returned to his ashram near Ahmedabad. Shukla was always there with him for several weeks, and he was keep on begging him to fix a date to visit Champaran. So when I read this, I reminded of incident which usually used to happen in all our homes, when we are children, we used to be very adamant and stubborn to get a particular things. Either it can be any dress or fast food or any toys to play, if our parents especially if our parents are not willing to buy or give the things for us, right? So if they are not willing to give those things to the children, like the children, they will be very adamant to get the things, right? Until and unless they get the thing, like they will be very stubborn, right? So likewise, Shukla was also behaved like a child in order to fix a date from Gandhiji to visit Champaran. So as Gandhiji was impressed with the determination of the peasants' behavior, like how long he'll be begging Gandhiji to visit Champaran. So he was impressed with the determination of the peasant, and he finally fixed a date. So on the particular day of fixed date, like Shukla was also eagerly waiting for Gandhiji, and Gandhiji and Rajkumar Shukla, they both took a train to Patna. Then they went to the house of a lawyer, Rajendra Prasad, who later became the president of India. So I have given the meaning of few words, right? So that is in the paragraph, page number 47. I hope from the third paragraph, impressed by the sharecropper's tenacity. From there till the long paragraph ends. So within that paragraph, like I have given the meaning for the few words, right? So then they went to the house of Rajendra Prasad, and like when they reached there, he was not at home. But Gandhiji and Rajkumar Shukla, they were allowed to be seated at the ground, not in a chair or any particular place. They was allowed to be seated in the grounds. Okay, so. And the servant in the home, they knew about Shukla, because Rajkumar Shukla, like he approached Rajendra Prasad before meeting Gandhiji, because regarding the same case, the case of sharecroppers. But like there he couldn't find any solution. After that only, like he went to meet Gandhiji. Okay, so they knew about Shukla. So like when they see this Gandhiji along with Shukla, they thought that this person Gandhiji is also one of the farmer, and they did not know anything about Gandhiji. Okay, so they didn't allow Gandhiji to draw water from the well. Okay, so here this is the first situation. They considered Gandhiji as a untouchable person, and they did not want to pollute the entire water source. So in the next paragraph, Shukla, like he couldn't provide much information about the cases of sharecroppers to Gandhiji. So Gandhiji decided to go to Muzaffarpur so that he could gain more information about the case. Right? So he sent a telegram to Professor J.P. Kriplani, who was a teacher at Arts College in Muzaffarpur. So Gandhiji, who had seen this professor at Tagore's Shanti Niketan school, and there is also mention of another name, Professor Malkani. Okay, and please don't get confused with these two names. Right. So Gandhiji took a train to Muzaffarpur. So they arrived at midnight on 15th April 1917. So when did they arrive? They arrived at midnight on 15th April 1917. So Kriplani, along with the students, he was waiting at the station to invite and welcome Gandhiji. But Gandhiji stayed for 2 days at Professor Malkani's home, who was also a teacher in a government school. Right. So in the next paragraph, so according to Gandhiji, like it was a very remarkable thing that government professor was entertaining him, because in those days, right, the people in small localities, which means the common people, like they were afraid of supporting those who used to support home rule. So here Gandhiji, who used to support home rule in the sense like they will not allow like British people or any Englishmen to be interfered in their own area to have a control on this common people, right? So Gandhiji, who supported home rule, so he was wondered that like he also considered it was a remarkable thing, because how the government professor, like who was like having a good rapport with Gandhiji, since he was supporting the home rule. Okay, so home rule is nothing but it is area where they used to prefer a policy of self-governance. They will never allow any higher authorities to interfere in their own area. Okay, home rule is nothing but self-governance, right? So after a point of time, the news of Gandhiji's arrival and the purpose of his mission also spread through Muzaffarpur and Champaran very fast. So sharecroppers also started to visit him. Like they had a big hope that Gandhiji will be like a determined person, so he will be finding any solution for them. So they had a very big hope upon him. Muzaffarpur lawyers also informed Gandhiji about the whole situation, how they were represented various peasants in the court, and they also explained him about the cases and how much they how much fee that they charged against this sharecroppers. So after hearing this kind of procedures from Muzaffarpur lawyers, as a lawyer, Gandhiji also scolded them for charging such high fee from this poor peasants, because like he decided that it was useless for the sharecroppers to go to go to courts, because this judicial system obviously it will not find any solution for the betterment of peasants' life. And he also said that the peasants were suppressed and full of fear, so it was useless to visit the courts. So as a leader, Gandhiji as a leader, he has taken the first step, like he decided to set the people free from fear. So as a leader, what is the first step he has taken? He wanted to set the people free from fear. Okay, so incident based on this concept, free from fear, let me explain in the next part of the story, right? So all the cultivable land in the Champaran district, it was owned by the Englishmen. So in the beginning I told you about the old agreement, right? So this is how here it is mentioned, like the Englishmen, they used to divide the properties, and for that they made the peasants as occupants of those lands, and the Englishmen, they forced the peasants to cultivate indigo. So indigo is nothing but a plant, a dye color plant, which used to give the extract of blue color. Okay, so as I said before, like as a rent, they have to give the 15% of their own crop to the British landlords. So that is the agreement which was created by British landlords. So I have given the meaning for few words, so you could find the words in page number 48, third paragraph. Okay, third paragraph, Gandhi chided the lawyers. So I have given the meaning over there, you could note down. Right, so in the next like I've shared you the picture of indigo plant. So it was in blue color, so they used to get the extract of the blue color in order to have for dresses, or to make color for any toys or things. Okay, right. So while all this was going on, like the British landlords, they came to know about the chemical indigo which was being prepared in Germany. Okay, so like which I've mentioned before, the farmers, they were forced to produce this indigo plantation, right? That was entirely natural. Okay, that was entirely natural. But after this, like the landlords, they came to know about the chemical indigo. So this, it was a color dye which was made up of chemicals, not with the help of any plants. So obviously it is going to be chemical, not natural. Okay, so like after hearing this, landlords, they started demanding money from the poor peasants in order to cancel the agreement like which they had given to the sharecroppers. Okay, because like they had a better option than with the help of farmers, they could get the indigo plantation in a chemical way. So like they started demanding the money from the poor peasants in order to cancel the agreement. So this poor peasants also very happy. They were unaware of the plan of landlords. They gave the money, and like because they were not interested to be forced to work under any kind of force under this ownership, right? So they gave up the money. So after a point of time, they heard the news about synthetic indigo, which spread and reached the uneducated peasants. Okay, so synthetic indigo is nothing but the chemical indigo. Okay, so it was not natural. So when they heard the news about the synthetic indigo, like this uneducated peasants, they started demanding the money back, which they have given the money to the landlords, right? They started the money from the landlords, because like they felt that they were cheated by this landlords. Actually first they were not interested to be work under a force, but when they heard about this chemical indigo which they are going to prepare, they were started protesting against the British landlords. That should not be happen. Okay, so they started demanding the money back from the British landlords. So here the problem has started, and that's how Rajkumar Shukla has went to meet Gandhiji to find out a solution. right? So Gandhiji, he arrived at Champaran. He decided to gather the facts, right? He arrived at Champaran. He decided to gather the facts from many people. So for this, to gain more information about it, he visited the secretary of the British Landlords Association. Okay, for this, first, where did he go? He visited the secretary of the British Landlords Association. So the secretary also did not answer him because he could not give any information to an outsider, right? So this is the second situation where Gandhiji was treated as an outsider, right, as a third person. So the first situation where he was treated as an untouchable person by the servants of Rajendra Prasad. So the second situation, he was treated as an outsider by the secretary of British Landlords Association. Okay. So next, he visited the Next, he visited Terror Division. Okay. So, I've given the repeated points, I hope. Yeah. So next, he visited a commissioner of Terror Division. Okay. So first, he visited the secretary of British Landlord. Second, he visited the commissioner of Terror Division. You just underline in your text. Okay. Tirhut, spelling Tirhut. Tirhut is nothing but it is also a kind of administrative unit, a kind of a court, right? So Champaran district was it comes under Terror Division. Okay, so this commissioner, right, he not only threatened Gandhiji, but he also suggested him to leave the place of Champaran, okay, and that too immediately. So this is the response he got from these kind of people who are in higher authority, right? So the first, he met the secretary. He didn't answer properly because he considered Gandhiji as an outsider. Next, he met the commissioner of Terror Division. He also didn't treat him properly. Not only he threatened Gandhiji, he also suggested him to leave Terror immediately. Okay. Right. So, and after this, he didn't give up his effort. Okay, Gandhiji, he didn't give up his entire effort. He was continuously taking many steps, many efforts to do something good for the life of sharecroppers, the poor peasants. Okay, so he then went to Motihari, which was the capital of Champaran. Okay, so when by the meantime, he heard a news about the ill treatment with the peasant. So those higher authorities, they had some incident of ill treatment with the peasant. So when he heard about this, he wanted to go there. Gandhiji wanted to go there and find out what is happening there. So when he was on his way on an elephant, he could find out a messenger, right? A messenger of supervisor. Okay, a supervisor's messenger. He was on his way to Gandhiji on an elephant, and he ordered Gandhiji to return back to the town. Okay, he didn't allow Gandhiji to enter the town of enter the capital of capital of Champaran, Motihari, right? So the messenger who ordered him to return back to the town. So without giving any back response or back reply, Gandhiji followed the messenger, and the messenger took him back to his home. Okay, so after that, Gandhiji was also served with a notice. So in that notice, he could find out an order. They ordered him to quit the movement in the sense, the very first beginning of the slide I have showed you the Champaran Satyagraha, right? So they wanted him to quit the movement, who is supporting this poor peasant. So they don't want him to support the poor peasant, so they ordered him to quit the movement and return back. Gandhiji, with this time also without giving any response, he received the notice and he signed a receipt on which he wrote that he would not obey the order. So when I read this also, once again I reminded of movie clippings, right? So in all the common movies or the Tamil movies, right? So if there is any clash between heroine or hero, or between hero and criminal, or it can be any villain, if a villain has to get signed in a particular certificate or a particular sheet, then when he gives the sheet or a certificate to the hero, without giving any response, like by smiling at him, by smiling at the villain, like he or she will sign at the particular page. But once the villain turned that side and he like look at the page, what he will, like he was surprised to notice that, like obviously, like this hero or heroine, they will not like how to say, they'll not sign as a signature, but rather, like what they will do, like they could have done, like they will ask Gandhiji what he has done. They could have written they will not obey the order, or else like they could have written you can do whatever you want. So that is going to be the phrases instead of signature in the particular sheet. So I reminded of this movie clipping when I read this line. So Gandhiji also received the notice, and like he just signed a receipt, not with a signature, but he wrote that he would not obey the order, right? So that's how today's class will wind up. And so I hope you could have understood the first part of the storyline. So once you just finish attending the class, I want everybody to read the text line by line and note down the difficult words and write the meaning. And if you have any doubts, you can start asking, right? So only then, if you read the text clearly, like you can get the clarity, like you can get the understanding even more better than I'm explaining, right? So I want everybody to read the text once again after attending this class, right? So the homework for today's class is, when and where did the author meet Gandhiji? And who is Rajkumar Shukla? Why did he want to meet Gandhiji? Why do you think the servants thought that Gandhiji to be another peasant? What was the agreement made by British landlords? Whom did Gandhiji meet in Muzaffarpur? Okay, so these are the very simple questions. So like I want everybody to copy down, frame the answer for all this 5 questions, which was based on the first part of the story, in your English class book note, and you just like as usual, you just send mail to the corresponding mail IDs, okay, which we have created for you. So this question is very easy, I hope, and I want everybody to write in a descriptive way, not in one word or one line answers, okay? Frame the answers properly and send it to me. Yes, I hope